Well, Game of Thrones wrapped up Sunday. Some people are upset because they love these characters more than their real-life friends. Some people are upset because now they'll have to go elsewhere for medieval porn. And one California professor seems upset because he thinks that the show represents white supremacy, going so far as to say Game of Thrones' highest profile black male character must be castrated to be good and safe. Let's take a look. You know, we bill Campus Unmasked as a news program, but is it really news when a professor says something absurd when he's from California? I mean, is that really shocking? Antioch University professor Timothy Malone recently wrote an op-ed in which he compared the wildlings in Game of Thrones to poor whites and the White Walkers to immigrants and people of other races. He said, "You may be poor and at the bottom of the hierarchy, but at least you're not black, or in this case, an ice zombie. That's why the wildlings were located beyond the wall, the prison. In the show, they become deputized in the struggle against White Walkers. In reality, the device has been to turn some percentage of them into cops and prison guards with good benefits to ensure their loyalty to white supremacist capital." So the obvious critique here is that the White Walkers are themselves also white, which makes it even tougher to shoehorn in the whole whites hate everyone who's not the same color as them shtick. And believe it or not, Timothy wasn't too pleased by Game of Thrones' black characters either. You can have black people close to power, he says, but not in power. The black man, Grey Worm, must be literally castrated to be good, to be safe. Pulled from the dregs, freed by whiteness, black men can't pose a sexual threat to white women. They must be thankful. See, you miss so much when you view things through a racial paradigm instead of a cultural one. Yes, Grey Worm and his fellow black soldiers were castrated and treated pretty rotten by their white masters. But, and I'm going to drop a few spoilers during the rest of this video, one of which is that the black soldiers are actually offered positions as bannermen of one of the 7 kingdoms at the end of the series. This is after Dany, who is also white but from a superior culture than the masters, frees them, incinerates one of their former masters, and orders the others to be killed. And yet the professor and Salon, which interviewed him, still refer to Dany as yet another white savior. Referencing the Dragon Queen's murderous rampage, Timothy tells Salon that these white saviors are also empowered to contemplate things like genocide. This, too, is an example of the ultimate logic of white supremacy. I guess he's just gonna conveniently omit the fact that Dany was probably upset that Jon wouldn't hook up with her, that Jon's claim to the throne was better than hers, and that most of the people who died in her attack on King's Landing were probably also white. And this is why critical theory is lame. It not only makes you jump at shadows where there are none, but actively makes you ignore actual observable evidence. For Campus Unmasked, I'm Prof. Shimshock. If you like this video and support our mission, please make sure to comment and subscribe. If something happens on your campus and you'd like us to investigate, send us details using the form on campusunmasked.com.